Hello and welcome to another Gaming Isle video. You're here with Kris and we're going to be looking at the new update that's just dropped for Path of Titans. We've got two brand new dinosaurs. Well, I say dinosaurs, we've got one flying reptile and one marine reptile that's just come to the game, and we've also got a brand new map to explore. So first of all, we're going to be looking at the first flying reptile coming to Path of Titans, which is Thalassodromeus. As you can see, we've got our Thalassodromeus here. I am in single player mode here just to show you off the full adult size of the dinosaur. I'm going to call it a dinosaur all the way through this. I know it's a flying reptile, but just bear with it. So we'll go with dinosaur for now. This model looks absolutely awesome. I love it. And we have spoke about how the dinosaurs do look a bit cartoony in Path of Titans when you compare it to some of the other games like the Isle. But I think this looks absolutely awesome. I mean, the sculpt on this is absolutely amazing. We're going to go over some of the sounds and everything like that. I've had a little fly about with it, so I do know how it kind of works. But first of all, let's have a listen to some of the sounds we've got. So the broadcast sound on this is amazing. I love it. I mean, I think that's going to get really annoying for other players that are around you, especially if there's a big group of you doing it. But I actually quite like it. We've also got the friendly call. Threaten. Now this looks really good from the front. Especially when you've got a good skin like this. It really shows that underwing. I love it. As the next call, we've just got another kind of broadcast call. And then that's another friendly call to add a friend as well. So there's a few in there. As for, let's have a look. So for, oh, wrong one. As you can see, they've got a load of new skins on here. I'll try and zoom in a little bit so you can see it. Some of the skins for this thing are crazy. Like this one on here that's really vibrant. I'm not overly keen on the backer skin for this one. He's alright, but I think they could have done a little bit better, especially with the head crest. But all round it's not bad. It's quite a natural looking colour, so overall it's not too bad. There's an albino one that's really nice. Don't know why I don't seem to have that one that I've seen other people use. Maybe I've just not unlocked it or something. I'm not too sure. But either way, so it's not got really much in the way of abilities. So it has got a bite, which will show you. Nothing really else you can do for that. It has got a metabolism, so it can eat fish and it can also eat meat as well. You've got a hide. You've got your standard hide, and you've also got one that increases swimming, which is streamlined. But yeah, so this one is also kind of semi-aquatic. So what we'll do is we'll go and have a fly with it just now. And the flying that they've done with this, I do think they need to tweak it and speed it up, but again, it's the first release of it, so they may do some changes to it. But overall, I quite like the way of how they've handled this one. So landing and taking off is really easy. It's just a double tap of spacebar if you're using a keyboard or mouse, or if you're on a control pad, it'll just be double tap, and there you go, and you're off. To land is fairly easy. You don't have to press any buttons. Oh, well, sometimes that happens when you land a bit hard and you take a little bit of damage. But I say you've got your bite, and that is about it. But I say if there's a few of you doing it, you can use it. I say it's not incredibly slow, but it is pretty slow. Yeah, but I just think it looks really cool. It's nice to have a fire in this game. I think it does add a whole new dynamic to it. And one thing that is really, really cool with this is its dive. So again, it can dive into the water. You've probably seen some of the stills of it going out. So you just do a dive straight into the water. And it's actually a really good swimmer. Especially with that additional ability on to make you a better swimmer. One thing I will say is its stamina does run out pretty quick. And its oxygen bar. And whatever you do, don't drink salt water. Because you will, like any other dinosaur in Path of Titans, you will become dehydrated. So, if you do float underwater, you can get your stamina back, which I think is a nice touch. You don't want to do that too often because, as I say, with the new dinosaur that's coming in Kaiwhekea, Not only have you got sarcos in the water, but we've now got Kaiwhekea to worry about. But again, if you are swimming, you can dive down. But if you do want to take off from the water, oh, there's a turtle over there, and there's also a stingray. So there's loads of new AI that's just come into the game as well. So you can actually just take off straight out of the game. But we're going to go in and we're going to go and see if we can get this turtle. Now this turtle's pretty big in theory. We shouldn't really be able to do it, but I think we're... Oh, look at that. Can I actually carry that and fly with it? That'd be interesting. I can. Look at that. That's mental. Let's go and land and have something to eat over here because I'm a little bit hungry. So yeah, they put some new AI like this turtle into the game. There's new fish, there's stingrays, there's even sharks that you can take down as well. So there's quite a lot. You can drop it, but I've just set it in one, which will probably fill my food all the way up. But we can go and have a look and see if there's anything else. There's loads of different biomes in the game now as well, especially with underwater. They've made a lot of changes to that. So some of the quests are like collecting a starfish, which is actually one of my quests now. I don't need to really do it, but again, that's how you grow in Path of Titans. But because I'm in single player, we don't need to do that. But yeah, they've just done a really good job with the underwater. There's some sections of it that are like coral reefs. Again, we'll explore a little bit more of that when we do Kaiwhekea. Oh, I'm running out of air. That's one thing you've got to remember. You're not a marine reptile, you are a pterosaur. Again, I'm going to do a separate video properly exploring the new Gondwa map, because it's really kind of difficult to do when something's flying this slow. So we'll do a separate video on that, and I think myself, James and Steve are going to come back and do a video on playing some multiplayer as well with some of the new dinosaurs. But what we will go and do, we'll go and have a quick explore about where we are here. Again, you've still got, as you can see below us, the critters that you can still hunt, and you can still hunt them as a pterosaur. I just think they've done a really good job with the flying mechanic on it. You can just dive. I think the only improvement they need to do is just make it that little bit faster. But if you do find to a rock, you will get damage. But this map is pretty big. So we can see we're down here. We're just actually heading towards Crater, which I've not explored all of the map yet. But from what I've seen at the minute, this seems to be a pretty big hotspot for a lot of people on the multiplayer maps. I did play a little bit of this in the test servers. But look at this. This is like a big impact crater. It's such a cool area to be in, and there's a small area of fresh water down here where you can drink, with a critter stop there as well. It's not very deep, and I don't think there's any fish in it to eat, but we can go and grab a drink while we're here and see if we can land without hurting ourselves. There we go. So we can drink. Well, there's still that way you can look under the water though. I think this is my favourite skin out of all the ones that I've used so far. But again, there's loads of skins on there that you can do in different patterns. One thing I haven't really done for this guy yet is I had a look at what you can get for his home cave, whether there's anything different, but I don't think there is. So, let's have a... Oh, I didn't quite dive there. Let's have a dive down here and see how deep this is. Yeah, it's not very deep. It's deep enough for a circle to sit in there though, if you're coming for a drink or anything like that. But we're going to move on to the Kaiwhekea pretty soon, because I don't want this video to be too long. Because we're going to cover it a little bit more in another video. I just wanted to kind of showcase some of the dinosaurs that have just come to the game. But in the map, there's these, we're going to tick off. These areas here are all inland, like seas. So that's all salt water, so you can't really drink from that, which I think is a nice touch, because Kaiwhekea will be able to get into these areas, which will be terrifying for every other dinosaur that wants to go in. I mean, they're not really going to be going there for a drink, but it does add a bit more fear to the game, I think. Yeah, look, big, massive stretches of green grassland. As I say, I've seen parts where there's a place called Hot Springs. Funny enough, come from there's a place called Hot Springs on the Isle as well. But there's a place called Hot Springs. There's big sulfur deposit areas as well. There's like a big multicolour rainbowy area, which I've only just discovered just before I started this video. But yeah, what I think we're going to do now is we're going to leave Thalassodromeus for now, and we're going to go and have a look at Kaiwhekea. And here we go. We have got an adult Kaiwhekea, marine reptile, member of the plesiosaur family even. And I'm not sure whereabouts we are on the map here. Let's have a look. Oh, we're right over this side. Right, okay. Ah, there's that colourful area I was talking about earlier, actually. Just to the left-hand side of my map here. Yeah, so Kaiwhekea can go on land, so we'll show a bit of that in a minute. But again, it's pretty agile, pretty fast. It's got a few different abilities that we can use on. So it's got a few different abilities. Let's have a look at those. So the abilities for this guy are pretty good, actually. Not bad. You've got a bite. I can't see anything else other than a bite. You have got this one, which is a quickly dart forward in a roll, damaging things in your path. So it's like a headbutt in a way. So you can ram things, which would be quite cool. I've not actually used that one yet. Similar to the Thalassodromeus, there is a streamlined perk which allows you to have faster swimming, which for this animal I think is a key advantage. The other one is your tail lunge. So this is one of the better things you can do. So if you go down a bit, I always forget what the down is, and then you can go up. Oh, that didn't actually work. Well, maybe I can only do it when I'm submerged. Look up. And you can just jump out of the water. I love that. You don't even have to be in deep water to do it either. You can just like spurge up like that. I think it's got a cooldown. Ah, it's got a cooldown on it. That's why it's not working all the time. But I say it's pretty quick. It's got the bite on it as well. It's got that ram feature that I've not actually used yet. Kind of need to assign that to a button. So it's pretty quick, so you should be able to get through the map pretty speedily. I say, as mentioned, can go on land. It's not very agile on land. This is at fastest pace, so I wouldn't go too far inland because you will get eaten. But it's nice if you're just coming up to, you see a pile of shells on the side there and you need to collect them for your task. And or if you want to lunge out and grab a dinosaur, I've actually seen people while I've been on this server, on multiplayer servers, I've seen people just like lying in wait here, and I've wondered why they're waiting there. They're waiting for dinosaurs to walk past, and literally all they're doing is they're jumping up and just grabbing them. They're using that lunge technique to jump out of the water. I've even seen ones do like aerial assaults on people, which is mental. Right, so that's charged up now, so let's see how far I can get. Look, I can jump right out of the water. Oh, that hurt quite a lot. I landed on my head. So yeah, don't do that. I think I've also broke most of my body. Because I can barely, yeah, look, I broke my bones 30-40 seconds more. I'll be bone broke free, but yeah, don't do that. It's not a good idea. And don't drink the salt water, which you would think would be weird for a marine reptile, but yeah, I definitely broke some of that. One thing I wanted to cover that I'm not overly keen on, I don't know whether they could have done it a different way to make it work, but is the movement of the dinosaur. And once our bones are broken, I'll show you what I mean. So here we go. So with everything else we've played with Thalassodromeus, whether you play one of the land-based dinosaurs, you can move the camera around. But with this one, because of how it swims and stuff, the camera, wherever you move the camera is where the dinosaur goes. So you can't usually, I mean, you can't get any good shots for your screenshots or anything without actually freezing using the NVIDIA Ansel. But it's not the biggest thing in the world, but I would have preferred it if you could have moved the camera around without kind of moving the dinosaur as well. But maybe they'll change that, but I doubt it. It's not a big thing, but here's where we'll get to really explore this underwater world. So you do have an oxygen bar and a stamina bar. Stamina's not too bad on it. It lasts quite a while. I'm just going to turn that off so we don't have blood on the screen. Go up and get a breath of air. And we might go into some deeper water here and see whether we can find anything. Because we're probably getting, we're pretty hungry. We could do with some fish. So you can just cruise along the surface as well. We'll go and find something to eat and we'll have a look at the skins. Because this one has got some pretty gnarly skins. And some parts of this map get incredibly deep. I mean, I thought this was deep when I first came to this section, but it gets deeper than this. Let's see if we can get to the edge of here and just go. I've run out of stamina. Yeah, I have. So apparently there is places to find fish on this game. Now, on the surface is meant to be like bits of kelp with a log, and that signifies a spawning point for AI fish. I did find one earlier. I don't think there's one around here, to my knowledge. Yeah, just like weaving in and out of this kelp, it gives it a whole new dimension. It's like something out at the beginning of the scene of Jaws. But they've done a really, really good job on the map. I've always said that the maps on this are far better than the Isle. I just think they've done a much better job on the maps. There's a lot going on the maps, but at the same time they feel quite open. You can just see the lighting change as well. That's one more thing about that, especially on this map. Even Pandora was good. I think they've done an even better job on the lighting on this map. You can see it's just going down and down and down. One thing we do have to be careful of is just that oxygen. I'm going to stick that on so I can see my oxygen bar. I mean, this is deep. I mean, I can't even get to the bottom of it, it's that deep. Like, it's taking forever to get down there. Apparently there are more marine reptiles and more flyers coming for that matter. We haven't been told when, but they are coming. Oh, that's nice. If you use your little button to where you jump out of the water, it just does a little quick turn in the water. Uses a lot of stand though. It's a quick way to get up though if you do need some air. Oh, that's cool. I could spend half a day just doing that. Right, seeing as we've not found any food just yet, let's go and have a look. Let's go and have a look at the skins. So that's a skin I like. I quite like it. It's blue, but yeah, I quite like it. It's got some really cool skins though. I like that one. A few different patterns on it. That is mental. I do like it though. That's a cool one. I like that one. Now this one coming up I think is one of my favourites. Yeah. And if he changed the tail colour, yeah, I mean that looks mint. I like that. I quite like the backer skin on this one. I will say that. They've done a good job on that one. Again, changed the colours. Quite a few. All quite pale colours. Like natural colours, but I do like the look of it. Go for like a burgundy colour there. Albino, again, popular with most players. And then you've got one that's, I would say, a more natural looking. Well, we can say it's more natural looking, we don't really know, but yeah. But I say, I think my favourite one at the moment is this one. A couple of different patterns on it. I like all three of them. Right guys, well that's going to be about it for this video. We just wanted to showcase some of the new dinosaurs and a little bit of the new map that's come to Path of Titans. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more great content coming to the channel. And until next time, I'll see you later.
Hey, thanks for tuning into the Gaming Isle. If you did enjoy the video, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to check out the other videos related to this one. Click that notification bell and you won't miss a video. Thanks very much. See you next time. Bye bye.